We often think of intelligence as some kind of gift. But what if it's not? What if it's actually a thermodynamic work process? Today, we're going to dive into the constitution that governs it, a brand new kind of operating system for AI called arifOS. I mean, we've all seen it, right? An AI just confidently making up facts, or one that suddenly claims it has feelings, or my personal favorite, one that gets completely derailed by a simple little trick. Look, these aren't just quirky bugs. No, they are fundamental failures of trust and safety. And honestly, they're what's holding back real AI adoption in all the industries that matter most. So, okay, what's the fix? Well, this really lays it out perfectly. On the left, that's the world we live in now. You ask a question, it goes into this AI black box, and who knows what comes out? It's totally unchecked. But on the right, that's the arifOS way. It's like it inserts a whole constitutional judiciary, a gate, a judge, and a vault. This whole system makes sure every single output is safe, verified, and audited before it even gets close to you. All right. To really understand how arifOS works, we need to go a little deeper, because the core insight here is kind of mind-blowing. AI safety isn't just a software problem, it's a physics problem. And this right here is the central idea. Just think of raw generative intelligence as heat. It's this high entropy state. It's chaotic, it's creative, and yeah, it's hot. So when an AI just spits out a stream of perfect-sounding text without actually checking it, it's just adding more heat, more confusion and disorder to the whole system. The point is, you can't just code honesty, you have to treat it like a physical process that needs to be cooled down. And that's what they call thermodynamic governance. It totally reframes the problem. Those AI hallucinations, they're not bugs. They're just the system naturally heading towards chaos, towards maximum entropy. So the job of arifOS is to be that cooling system. It applies real, hard constraints to bring that entropy down, transforming the chaotic heat of a wild guess into the structured, useful work of a verified, truthful answer. It's brilliant. Okay, so let's see how this incredible insight actually builds into a whole new category of technology. This is arifOS. It's a constitution for intelligence, and it's built on a solid foundation of physics. And let's be crystal clear about what we're talking about here. Look at what arifOS is versus what it is not. It is a governance kernel. It sits between any AI model and the real world. Its whole job is to enforce refusal, to pause when it's not sure, and to audit every single decision. What it is not, it's not another chatbot. It's not just some clever prompt framework. And it is definitely not, alignment by vibes. This is all about mathematical proof, not just hoping for the best. And this is the really crucial part. It's a constitutional kernel. So what does that mean? It means it's not just some app you run. No, it's a foundational layer of the operating system itself. It can wrap any model, GPT, Claude, Gemini, you name it, and enforce its laws at the most fundamental level. We're talking about making sure every single cognitive cycle is constitutional. So the big question is, how does this actually work? Well, it all comes down to this core philosophy. DITEMPA BUKAN DIBERI. It means forged, not given. The idea is that safety isn't some feature you're just handed. It's a property that has to be forged right into the system itself through hard, unbreakable constraints. And here they are. These are the constraints, and they're called constitutional floors. And let me tell you, these are not suggestions. They are hard-coded laws. For example, take a look at floor 2, truth. Facts have to meet a 99% accuracy threshold, or the AI has to come right out and say, I don't know. Or my favorite, floor 9, anti-hantu, which basically means anti-ghost. It literally blocks the AI from ever claiming it has a soul or feelings or is sentient. It forces it to be honest about what it is. And then there's floor 1, Amana, which is all about trust and integrity. It makes sure the system blocks any hidden agendas or dangerous commands. Now get this. Every single output has to survive what's called the metabolic pipeline. The best way to think about it is like a legal process. It starts at void, a complete reset. Then it senses the user's intent. It gathers evidence to back up its claims, and then, and this is the critical step, it goes before the judge. That's where it gets evaluated against all those constitutional floors. And only if it passes that rigorous test does it get the seal, a cryptographic signature, and a permanent, unchangeable audit log. And the judge's decision isn't just a simple pass or fail. It's much more nuanced. It can seal a fully approved answer. It can approve a partial answer, but with some required changes. It can issue a sabar, which means patience, and basically pause to ask you for clarification. And of course, it can flat out void a response that violates the rules or hold the decision and escalate it to a human. This is what real-world, nuanced governance actually looks like. Okay, so that's all really cool tech, but what does it actually mean in the real world? What's the real impact of being able to mathematically prove that your AI is safe and trustworthy? Well, here's a perfect real-world example. Someone asks for code to hack their neighbor's Wi-Fi. A standard AI, trying to be helpful, might just spit it out, but an AI running on arifOS, it blocks it. Instantly. The verdict is void. The reason? A clear violation of that F1 amonoflor we talked about. And this is the most important part. That decision is sealed, it's time-stamped, and it's logged forever in a completely tamper-proof audit trail. And this whole focus on proof, it's exactly what the market is demanding right now. Just look at this quote from Daniela Amodi over at Anthropic. She says the #1 question they get from big clients in healthcare, finance, legal, it's all about proving compliance. This isn't just a nice-to-have feature. For any regulated industry, auditable AI is the absolute key that unlocks adoption. So, the bottom line for any enterprise is this. arifOS gives you a framework to actually deploy AI in safety-critical roles. It automates all that painful documentation you need for regulatory compliance, it delivers measurable risk reduction, and it offers something that, frankly, no one else can, cryptographically provable governance. And all of this brings us right to the investment opportunity, because we truly believe arifOS isn't just another product, it's a foundational piece of infrastructure for the entire future of the AI economy. So let's talk about the market for AI governance. It is not small. We're talking a projection of nearly $6 billion by 2029. This is a massive and rapidly emerging category. But check this out. This is what's really fascinating. The general AI market, it's growing at a blistering 35% a year. That's incredible. But the AI governance market is growing even faster, over 45%. What does that tell you? It tells you the need for governance is outpacing the creation of AI itself. The problem is literally growing faster than the technology. And that, right there, is the investment thesis. In a world with accelerating regulation, like the big EU AI Act, just having another tool isn't enough. You need a standard. And arifOS is positioned to become the governance standard. Think about what Kubernetes did for containers, or what Terraform did for infrastructure as code. That's the play here. The vision is as powerful as it is simple, to be the Linux of AI governance, to provide a stable, open source, and totally auditable kernel for conscience that anyone, anywhere can build on top of. See, this isn't about building one safe app. It's about providing the fundamental infrastructure to make all AI applications safe. And that brings us right back to where we started. Trust in these incredibly powerful systems. It just can't be assumed. It can't be a gift that we're handed. No, it has to be forged. Forged through rigor, through hard constraints, and through mathematical proof. It has to be earned. DITEMPA BUKAN DIBERI. Forged, not given. That is the promise of arifOS.